Section 2.3.
Section 2.3.
The number 21.
21.
Yeah.
I like it. It's gonna be nice. So this is beautiful. The homework question actually works as a review. I love it. This word problem stuff. So this is page 134, number 21. It says the average yearly salary of an American with a master's degree is $49,000 less than twice that of an American whose final degree is a bachelor's. Blah, 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 blah. So the very first thing you do is not numerical. It's purely English. What are the players in this problem? I don't know if you guys have the book. I can help you. So this is the average yearly salary of an American whose final degree is a master's is blah. Then that of an American whose final is a bachelor's. Combined, they make blah. Find the blah. All that blah stuff doesn't matter at first. What are the two players? Yeah, the amount of money for bachelor's versus a master's, right? So you got a master's. We'll just call it master's money and bachelor's money. So you've got to realize, I think a lot of times students assume they're supposed to be able to do a word problem by reading through it once. That is pure insanity, right? So I think your expectation of what you're supposed to be able to do is sometimes more than is true. So you feel like you're going to fail, or you feel like you are a failure because you can't do that. I'm like, I can't do that shit either. The hell? So I look through a problem several times to pick out what I need at that moment. So the first thing I need is, what are the parts? Is it three sides of a triangle? Is it two people? Is it a number of bananas? What the hell is it? So here it's the money you make if you get a master's, the money you make if you have a bachelor's. Now I look at what's the next step? What's the very next thing I need? This is all my English stuff. What's the very next thing I need? Yeah, who's going to be just X? Right, I want to start to translate it into math. Because math is a foreign language, as we all should know. So it says the yearly salary for a master's is $49,000 less than twice that of somebody with a bachelor's. So which one is going to be just X? Bachelor's. I love it. You can call it B if you want to for bachelor's. It don't matter none. We'll call it X. So the master's degree, master's is $49,000 less than twice that of a bachelor's. $49,000 less than twice a bachelor's.
2x.
Yeah, say it.
2x minus 49,000.
The beautiful thing is, thank God you don't have to put 49 with a bunch of zeros after it. You just know all the numbers are in thousands. Is that cool? So if it says like 15 million, don't write all those zeros. Just say all my numbers are in millions. Leave me alone, right? You guys understand that? Cool. And then it says combined, two people with each of these educational attainments earn $116,000 combined. Our powers combined. How do I write a math statement out of that? Yeah, 2x minus somebody who has this, a master's, plus somebody who has a bachelor's, would be a total of 116,000. I like it. Now, if you put all the zeros in, you won't be wrong. It's just too much crap that you don't need to carry around. And now should be the easy part. I like it. Yeah, okay. So 3x. And 49. Like everybody else is like, oh, it's beneath me. It's too easy. So 116 plus 49. Sure. Who is it? 165, cool. Thankfully that's divisible by 3. 55? Cool. And what's that mean? The hell is that? 55,000 for what? We're bachelors, like, so 55,000. And then what about the master's peoples? Yep, you plug it in there. 61. Cool, yeah, we got it.
It doesn't matter if they change the word like less than or fewer than or doesn't matter the order of operation. I mean, sometimes they put like 49, then subtract from 2x.
If I said the difference between,
The difference, yeah.
if I said the difference between 49 and twice a number, that is 49 minus 2x. If I said the difference between 10 and 7, you would tell me 10 minus 7 is 3. You subtract it in the order I told you. If I said 49 less than twice a number, or if I said 49 fewer than, both of these would be 2x minus 49. Right? Because however many tomatoes you have, if I said tomorrow you'll have 3 fewer tomatoes, you with me? Then you're going to take today's tomatoes minus 3. That's going to be tomorrow. So you got to do it backwards. That's English grammar. Just too bad for us. English grammar doesn't work really well with doing math. All right, is that cool? Yes. That's a huge place. I mean, this is where if you do this problem, you're going to end up having somebody, again, paying money to go to their job. Right, can I pay you $20,000 up front to work here for a year?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Oh my God, please. Right, so if you get negative here, please, dear God, don't just say, well, that's what the math said, negative. It doesn't make any damn sense. Right, so you have to be able to step out of the problem at the end of a word problem. Just say, does this make sense? I'm going to eat negative 20 cupcakes. What? I'm going to create cupcakes. That would be neat. Cupcake. I don't know if anybody would eat my cupcakes that I create out of nothing. Alright. I love it. Some of you guys are like, you try humor, but I'm so screwed. Stick with math, Jeff. Alright. Okay, anything else from homework stuff? Click. I found that and stuff. Okay. Okay. Anything else from homework stuff? You guys good with homework stuff? Okay, let's do a couple examples to get back into word problems, and then I'm going to unleash you guys on this little handout. Handout sort of bleeds into the next section, so we'll see if you can handle that transition. We'll find out. Let me give you one. Let's start off nice. Billy Joe eats 5 less than 4 times as many hot dogs than Bobby Ray. Billy Joe and Bobby Ray. If together they eat oh, let's see, let me make it work. That might be nice. Let's see. I like it. 10 hot dogs. How many did each eat? Alright, let's set this up. Yeah, good. How do you think, by the way, how do you think at least attempt to. So far, it's been good. Sometimes my brain goes wonky and we get weird answers. Like he ate 1.1 hot dogs. So started the one, like, I can't eat. How do you think I make a problem up so it'll work out nice? What do you think I do? Like, how did I get the number 10 and I know it's going to work? But how do you mean exactly? So what I do is, well, who would we call X? Let's start there, and then I'll go back and I'll tell you how I made the problem. Well, who are our players? Let's start there. Who are the players? Billy Joe, Bobby Ray, and it's the number of hot dogs they eat, right? So the number of hot dogs for Billy Joe.
So
Number of hot dogs for Bobby Ray.
So Bobby Ray would be X.
Yeah, why is Bobby Ray X?
Because Billy Joe is 4.
Yeah, Billy Joe is something done to Bobby Ray, right? So I have to know Bobby Ray first so I can do that stuff to figure out Billy Joe. I love it. So it should be kind of obvious now who's going to be just X. Especially when there's 3 things and it's like, this is the twice 2 more than the first and this is 7 times the first. I'm like, well, everything depends on the first one, so that must be X. So here Bobby Ray is X. So what did I do then? I just let Bobby Ray be a number. And then I figured out 4 times that minus 5, and then I added those numbers together. So I started with the answer to make the problem, so I knew it would work out right. Now, in the real world, you don't sit there and think, you just observe, you set up an equation based on what you observe, and you go from there. I didn't observe anybody eating hot dogs, I just did it in my head. So how many hot dogs did Billy Ray eat then? Billy Joe, they're not related.
4.
Beautiful. So is that less than thing to be careful about? 5 less than this. Well, I better write that first, and then I can make 5 less than that. I like it. And then what's your equation going to be? Yeah, cool. I like it. Bobby Ray, his hot dogs, plus Billy Joe's hot dogs, has to be the 10 hot dogs they ate together. I like it. And you solve it, you get 5x, add the 5 over, 15, divide by 5, you get x is 3. What's that mean? Bobby? Ate 3 hot dogs. And then Billy Ray, Billy Joe, I keep wanting to make you Ray. It's great.
7.
How many hot dogs? 7. 7 hot dogs. Does that check? Yeah, 10 total. So you feel pretty good. I like it. I like it. All right, let's do a geometric one together, and then I'll try this stuff. That won't be that mean. Alright, let me make it work. Alright, the longest side of a triangle is 4 more than the middle side. The shortest side is 4 less than twice the middle. The perimeter is 12 inches. Find the sides. So just to really remind you guys, especially if you weren't here yesterday, you must use algebra to get the problem. We're using relatively simple problems because I don't want the idea to be the problem. I want the algebra to be the problem. So even if you get the answer completely right, but you didn't use any algebra to get there, you will lose possibly all the points. Right, because the main point of this class is algebra. So my players are pretty easy, right? You always use the exact same language, and here I was pretty straightforward. What are my players involved here? The three sides. I like it. So I've got, what are they? Yeah, longest, middle, shortest. All right. So I even got a little picture over there I can label if I want to. Which one's going to be just X or whatever letter you want to use?
Middle.
The middle. So let's try something different. Let's call this M. So at the end, it kind of helps me remember what the hell it is. So if the middle side is M, what's the longest side? M plus 4. You guys are like, I don't want to use M. All right, I'll use M. You use X. What's the shortest side? 2M minus 4, I love it. So if, whenever I say 4 less than twice, you got to actually do it the reverse. And that's English grammar's fault, not math. Math is doing the best it can. 4 less than twice. Okay, so I need to do twice the middle, and then 4 less than that will be take 4 away. So I've got, let's see, this looks to be the shortest side here. 2M minus 4. I've got M, and I've got M plus 4. The picture might not help us out the most, because all I have to do now is what? Add them up, and it makes what? So make sure you can find 1, 2, 3 sides. I guess I did that weirdly. 1, 2, 3 sides equals 12. Cool. So I got all the sides in there. And then you just, now it should be the easy step. Solve that equation. The nice thing is the 4s do something. The 4s cancel. So you get M, 2M is 4, M is 12, so M is 3. M is 3. So here I'm going to put what? 3 inches. I like it. Please don't make me be a dork, but I will. You know I'm completely capable of that. So how long is the longest side?
7 inches.
3 plus 4, 7 inches. And how long is the shortest side?
2 inches.
2 times 3 is 6 minus 4 is 2 inches. And it does add up to be 12. Yes. God. And even the shortest is really the shortest side. And the longest really is the longest side. That's another thing you can kind of check. Alright. Just plenty enough talking from me. I want you guys to work on this here.